Hi, this is Lucy Arnez. I really felt I had to make a video to send out to whoever will listen to this. We're getting really close to this election, and for those of you out there who have not voted already, and maybe are leaning towards not voting Democratic for Kamala Harris, and maybe because you're uncomfortable with a lot of the changes that are going on in our country. Things have changed, over the last 100 years. Women have different rights. We look at birth and population differently, and we look at color and race so much differently than we did, say, 100 years ago, right? I mean, look back at women's rights way back when, and blacks were not even really considered full humans. There was really nothing that was known about transgenders, really. It wasn't talked about. We didn't know anything about what's happening to the planet, climate change. There weren't as many people living in our country that weren't part of the first group that came over. There's been a lot of change, and a lot of it for the good. I mean, the rights that we have, the things we've learned how to do, how to take care of one another, the fact that we take care of our elderly, the fact that we have health care, not the best health care in the world, certainly, probably the worst in many respects, but we have some and we want it. And a lot of the good things that we have came from the quote unquote liberals, those liberal radical crazies, those lunatics, as the people on, I won't even call them Republican side anymore. They're not. My father was a Republican. I was a Republican for a while. My husband was a Republican for a while. We can't call ourselves Republicans anymore because they're not that group. This is a different group. And if you don't realize that, if you think these are people who are just going to protect you somehow, they're going to save you from all the others who scare you. Because when you were in Bible class, remember, the Bible is really just a book that was written by a bunch of guys 50, 60 years after the events happened, trying to remember, do you ever look back 50, 60 years from where you are right now and see if you could remember everything exactly as it was and quote people? You really can't. It's just a book. I respect it. It's a wonderful book. There are lots of good books out there that can help you figure out your life. But in fact, it is just one version of that. But people were taught that everything in that book is absolute fact. And if that was true, we wouldn't be able to wear two kinds of cloth, go back and look. Jesus was just a guy. He was the Son of God. But so are you. So am I. He was someone who conquered the death experience. I think people can do that today too, because we're all part of spirit. We're going to go back to spirit. Jesus was a way shower. He was someone we should look up to, like Gandhi, like Mother Teresa, like Maya Angelou, like a lot of people who are teaching us how to be better humans. But if you're confused because someone taught you a long time ago that this and this and this is wrong, and you have to hate people who do this, and you can't like people who do this, trust me, that's not the way into heaven. And whoever's telling you that is wrong. They're just plain wrong. The way to be happy, the way to have eternal life of happiness is to be kind to other people, to be accepting, to have all kinds of diversity and care for one another. Don't talk down to people. Don't be mean to people because they disagree with you. Don't threaten violence. Not play by the rules. You're in a game. These are the rules. These are the debate rules. These are the election rules. You lost. 60 courts said that you lost. Face it. Move on. Don't throw a riot and destroy the Capitol. Those of you out there still somehow not sure? You're not sure? You're not sure whether you should vote for Trump or Kamala Harris? What is that based on? as bad as she could possibly be. And she won't be. But let's just say she had a bad day and suddenly made a bunch of mistakes. Nothing that the Democrats could do right now would be nearly as dangerous to our planet and to us as a democracy as what the MAGA, quote-unquote, Republican Party is trying to do. If you haven't familiarized yourself with Project 2025, you're living under a rock and you're stupid. I said that. You're living under a rock. And I'm saying stupid because something terrible is going to happen to you and you're going to go, oh, I didn't know that was going to happen. He didn't say he was going to do that. Of course not. He's saying, I don't know anything about 2025. All the people who support him have put this out. He's the puppet, okay? He's a puppet, and not a very bright one, and not a very nice one. If you vote for this man, you deserve what you get. That's all I can say. Call me whatever names you want. Don't come see my shows anymore. Don't watch me on television. Doesn't matter. None of it matters. We're losing the planet. It's melting. And those people don't care. J.D. Vance? Have you listened to him? I mean, please. So, this is just me putting it out there days before, probably weeks too late. I gotta say something. A lot of people are speaking up who worked with the man in the White House, on The Apprentice. Look around. Watch the videos. They're all coming to the front now and saying, please, Jesus, no, don't. Please, God, don't vote for this man. He's dangerous. You have to listen, people. This is not the normal election that we're used to. This is not a normal election. So that's my 2 cents. I love all of you, and I want us to succeed and be together. Be one big, truly united States of America. Once again, that guy, he's never going to let that happen.